Bells of divine love are ringing, beloved, and I am ringing them. The bells of divine love are intended to strike the bell within the mind and heart of the memory when the soul did start on the path of love. The true path of love, beloved, is one that does bring the greatest challenges. For pain on the path of love is many times unbearable, and those who have not chosen to bear the pain of love have therefore sidestepped the path, taken other byways, strayed from the straight and narrow that leads to the fount of bliss that is the mystery, the true mystery of Christ's love. I come to set you back on course, that you might begin at the beginning and remember your vows before the altar of the great central sun, shared between twin flames. You vowed to go forth and forevermore to be one. But when the path became painful, you sometimes accepted lesser loves as comfort, as salve for the wounded ego, and therefore, in so self-indulging, you lost the touch of the fingertips of the beloved and could not find them again, no matter how you groped in the dark of the surrounding karma that did come with nightfall. Do you understand, beloved, that the greatest lesson your soul can learn is that love is the all, love is the goal, and to stop a moment and know just how great is the love of your Father, Mother, God for you. Most have come to the place of insensitivity to that love, or a sense that they are not worthy of it, and by an absence of self-worth, they tune it out. This is another form of non-listening. It is the tuning out of those things that are so precious and so beautiful, because one deems oneself unclean, unready. The mother who loves you, the father who loves you, will embrace you as you are and give you that love to wash you clean. I come then with a very special rose for each of you. Its perfume shall not engulf you always, but it shall be there when you desire to breathe in that fragrance, that breath of loveliness. Blessed ones, no matter how painful is the course of love, its pursuit will fulfill the whole law of being and bring you back to that point of wholeness and the divine memory of God. Do not fear to experience pain. Allow yourself to experience it, to neutralize it perhaps with the exercise of the sacred fire breath, but not to escape pain. This, beloved, surely must be the root cause of all compromise of self, and hence the undoing of the psyche as the psyche becomes surrounded with its own psychology of human ups and downs, far, far afield from centeredness in God. I, Nada, come then with an ovoid of love, and I place it around you at a very safe distance at first, even 3 feet from the heart or a greater distance, so that at first the tingling of love, like an Aeolian harp, is felt at a certain distance from the aura. Then you see, beloved, I come, for you have called me, for you have placed yourselves here. And as the Chohan of the 6th ray and a member of a karmic board, I come with an answer to prayer. I come with a composite response to the listenings of your being at all levels. And in this moment, I shall now engage in an experiment that you can experience if you will allow yourself to let go and experience it. This ovoid is the shape of an egg. You might even think of it as the womb, the protective womb of the Divine Mother. But as I draw it closer to you, beloved, you will begin to experience pain as though there were an increase in an intensity of an electric vibration. You see, beloved, the nearer that the ovoid of love comes to your being, the more it will bring out the memory of the pain of love's separation, or the crossing of the line and the misuse of divine love or human love. It will also bring to you a certain intensity of the love of God, to cause your soul to say in itself, this love is so great, I cannot contain it, I cannot sustain it. And what in a moment may be bliss may become the pain, as one poet has said, of too much love, of too much loving. Blessed ones, when you feel the pain of the closing in of this ovoid of love, it shall be for you the pain of the memory of having left off of your first love, your first estate. And each passing year of seeming to drift farther from the point of love's origin, that pain, beloved, is stored in the psyche and in the unconscious. Pretend there were nothing else stored there. The pain of love's absence, the pain of losing love, is most severe and possibly does include an explanation for all other goings astray, compromise of a law, self-dishonesty. The covering up of that which is most painful may result in many compensations. Beloved, the purpose of this experiment is that you might endure the pain for the moments of this dictation and say to yourself afterwards, why, that pain allowed the dissolution of some of the records of the separation from love, from father, from mother. The pain in the experiencing is a part of a process that is known as an accelerated transmutation, whereby if you truly desire to overcome all things and to do so quickly, as Linello has suggested is the necessity of the hour, and indeed it is, you will discover that you can bear the pain for the resolution which follows. This is why I have said, fear not the pain. Now, beloved, we come to the moment when this ovoid of love will come closer and closer, but very gradually, and sometimes pause for the adjustment of your consciousness. I nada bring to you that you might be face to face with moments in time and eternity that are important for you to look at. For in them, that picture that is worth 1,000 words will convey to you an interchange, and then a leaving off, a separation, a breaking of a tie by fear or anger, thoughts unknown or jealousy. There came a break, and no way to fix the break in that episode or life. And so it is as though this particular picture on the screen of the mind had fractured lines through it. And the pain of that fracture of a broken love or a broken heart has remained sealed in the subconscious. Now the angels of love of my bands approach to allow you to experience that moment, and then to feel the great closing in upon you of love's swaddling garment, whereby there may be healed those records, as though by the magic of Merlin you did fly backwards in time, relive that moment, and make all things right. Therefore, to embrace the unkindness or the deliberate betrayal, and to see how the release of the love of your heart should heal yourself above all, and heal those who have brought injury where they are receptive, and where you have longed to heal the one who has been the instrument of injury, you may go to that picture and see whether or not it would have ever been possible. For love is facing reality, and sometimes the pain of love is to know that one whom you would forgive, one whom you would rub with the oil of Gilead, desires it not and will not drink of mercy's cup. The resolution then is to know better to have loved and loved in vain than never to have loved at all. For though it may have brought pain, it also did bring understanding and the ripening of the heart that must learn in its maturity that all are not ready to receive your cup of love or forgiveness or kindness. To let go and let God take care of that one is the purest and best love. For in letting go of the desire for resolution, where resolution is simply not possible, you may fly to new heights where there are many holding out their cups, waiting for your coming, while you pour the sweet nectar of love that you have garnered in your heart for these and these alone. See how then, going back to the point of pain, giving and giving again, brings a resolution where you let go of a desire for something that might have been, that never was, that never shall be, and that is not the will of God. For it is not the free will of the participant in that interchange. And free will is after all supreme under the law of divine love. The ovoid comes closer, beloved, as you come to trust love and love's omniscience and great and tender care. All of this means that in the wisdom of love, pain is the portal to bliss. The bliss of the return to oneness, to wholeness, and to the true comprehension of the law of the one. I am one, O God, in thy presence, and all sons of light are in that oneness. Therefore I know the true meaning of the merging in the nirvana of the entire spirit of the great white brotherhood. Therefore I know I can lose myself in what has been called the cloud of unknowing. No longer is love the cloud of unknowing, for I am knowing my beloved presence as the cloud of knowing love, all-knowing love. I cross the barriers, and when I am ready, I am received in the most outer sphere of the 5 secret ray spheres. I await, for I would not enter until love beckons. I had better increase and tarry in the spheres of love and wisdom and the outer rays. For when I enter the spheres of the Dhyani Buddhas, I know that I shall be in the purity of love. I desire my garments to be so ready. Therefore I submit to the disciplines of the 7 Chohans. I receive my beloved Nada. And when I must say, O wait, thou ovoid, come not nigh, I would minister to life. I would first go out and find the lame, the halt, and the blind, and increase my heart of love, that in the closing in of the ovoid, I do not yet lose the markings of time and space, where I yet require dimension to enter into service to life. O Nada, teach me the way of selfless ministering love, whereby the ovoid of light may come and continue to close in, only because in that ministration and selflessness I shall encompass the whole. I shall be the infinite one, no longer feeling the pains of the inner dimensions of the ovoid, for I need not time and space to fully know the bliss of love. Blessed ones, at this point I allow only 25% of this ovoid to complete its course of closing in. That this expression of the Holy Spirit might be tempered to the present state of your karma. The fullness of love, beloved, is to transcend the octaves of limitation, not for a moment, but forever. The time is not yet, beloved, for you have a deep desire to retrace, to go back to the frames you have seen of past experiences. Nothing else will do but your determined resolution to settle the accounts, person to person, life stream by life stream. This then is my gift to you, that you will not need to go the way of the endless eastern path of reincarnation to accomplish this. For you may call at any hour for this ovoid of love to surround you, once again, to be shown the most pressing of needs. And as you go back to that moment frozen in time, you may attain resolution, pour out your heart, have those conversations that seem so necessary at times to achieve the unburdening of the soul and the heart. You may do this outside of the time and space that you are accustomed to, so that you may cover many moments of all of your incarnations, seemingly in the full hours required, but taking only microseconds. Thus you will flash the violet flame into those scenes. Thus you will greet those wronged and wronging. This will give you a profound inner satisfaction, fulfill much of the requirements of service on the sixth ray, and liberate much energy tied up in those hurts and disagreements and misunderstandings that have remained knots. Knots in the psyche, beloved, that need no longer be there. Now comes the final pressing in of the Holy Spirit. Sound the Om to reestablish the balance. Now the ovoid expands to the place of 3 feet and begins to dissolve. When you wish it to return, I suggest that it should be in a decree session where you may call it forth, and thus have created a very sound force field. For beloved, you may find yourselves in most serious encounters where the records are deep as are the scars. It is important to be braced in the presence of Archangel Michael and Estrella, to have abundant violet flame on hand. But to meet those levels, beloved, is surely the healing, the true healing you have always sought and desired, and may now receive by the blessedness of your service to life. Blessed ones, it is my prayer that you shall find in the path of the sixth ray the key to love and to the mystery of love, whereby the necessary acceleration of light to win in this hour of Armageddon may be yours, not merely by grace or gift, but by measure for measure, a certain attainment. Thus, in dignity and in the honor of love, in integrity and wisdom, walk the path all the way home to your perfect love. I am nada where I stand. I am love as the sixth ray, always in action. This you will be capable of, perpetual ministration and service, when you have resolved a certain percentage of these old ties and tie-ups of energy. I am with you always as you perfect the true science of love.